Long time no talk. I keep putting it off because it's so annoying to set up the camera. Oh, I can't stand it. And then I'm always like, oh, well, there's a record coming next week. I'll do it then. And then I just don't want to do it, you know? And then my desk is a mess, and then fucking... This month in vinyl. These months in vinyl. Remember when I was this month in vinyl? Good one. Okay. I don't know how to start this. I think I'll start this backwards. It's in a random order. I got a lot of records. So I just got this one today. It's Elliott Smith's Either Or. It's his second solo album after he left Heat Miser, and this is a Bull Moose exclusive. It's 250 copies of a yellow and black Galaxy vinyl, and this is gonna be good because I checked this out earlier and was I was surprised at how the color came out or didn't come out. You notice something? This is it's a little more black than yellow, I'd say. I don't really mind. I don't really care that much. If you, I actually had to check to see, like, oh, maybe it's just maybe they just fucked up and it's just a black record and that's just how it is. But you shine it to the light and you can see the yellow sort of splatter through. I'm curious if all copies look like that. I know this happens a lot, you know, like the mock-up image won't match the actual color. And I'm not really a huge stickler for I didn't pay a lot for this, so I don't really care if the color didn't come out exactly how it is, and I know that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And I needed a copy of Either Or anyway. I probably sound like I'm making a ton of excuses, but that's just kind of how it is. Either Or. I think that's probably my favorite Elliott Smith album on some days. On other days, it's his self-titled, which I don't remember if I talked about on This Month in Vinyl or not. Alright, so this one's interesting. I got this at the flea market, one of the only times I went to the flea market this year. It's Hello Cruel World by the Tall Dwarves. Hang on, Gatsby's trying to leave. Oh, there he goes. Come on, buddy. Hello Cruel World by the Tall Dwarves, or Dwarfs, because it's not VES. This is a compilation record. It's from like '88 or something. Tall Dwarves were a kind of like a lo-fi alt rock band. I kind of know of them, but this was one of those like buys, where I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll give them a shot, see if I like them. Honestly, I wasn't too impressed, and you can't see this, but there are these smudges on the back of side 2 that just kind of like completely ruin the sound. So that's that. Kind of a shame. But what can you do? Sometimes it happens. I'm not too worked up about it because I bought this months ago now. Whew. Man, oh man. All right. So here's a good one. I got this when I went to New Jersey. I went to a record store there. And I got some records. One of which is the Glider EP by My Bloody Valentine. And it's on this like lavender vinyl. There's a lot of bootlegs of My Bloody Valentine records, just because like the demand was there, and they never really repressed their shit until fairly recently, and I don't think they repressed Glider, so you'll have a lot of people coming around who don't necessarily have the rights to My Bloody Valentine music, but will just press it anyway. It sounds fine. I didn't notice any irregularities with the sound. I think I'll fish through my my other Jersey records and just kind of give you all of them at the same time, if if I can remember all of them. Okay. Ooh, ooh. No. No. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. I'm actually expecting another one to show up in like a month or so. A little bit that I got from the Bowling for Soup concert I went to. I bought the opening act records. One of them was like a pre-order, so they're supposed to ship it to me whenever it's ready. But right here, I'll give you the other opening act from Bowling for Soup. It's Jackknife Stiletto, Chronicles of Jane. I like to buy the opening act's music, and so these girls, I believe they're all girls. They're pretty good. I'll have to give the record a listen. I like the aesthetic. You know, it's kind of like an 80s zine or something. But I haven't gotten around to listening to the record yet. I know, terrible. That's just how it goes sometimes. Woo. And this is Missing Persons, Spring Session M. This is an album that my friend Brian introduced me to this year, and I was a fan. I liked it. It's if you don't know Missing Persons, they have that song Destination Unknown. It's on this album. Life is so strange. Life is so strange when you don't know your destination. Very fun. Just a fun 80s pop. Ooh. Quack, quack. And here's this one I also haven't listened to yet because I want to watch the movie. This is the music from Love and Mercy. It's the Atticus Ross score. Love and Mercy is like the kind of biopic of Brian Wilson. I believe it chronicles the making of Pet Sounds and like in the 80s when he was like deep into Dr. Landy shit. Dr. Landy was like his therapist that basically like kept him hooked on drugs for like 20 years or something. Terrible person. Yeah, there you go. There's Brian Wilson with the actors. This is a pretty cool picture. I believe it's on like a blue, some sort of sea blue, something like that. Yeah, that tracks. There you go. It's very lovely color. You know, it's got a good vibrations. God only knows, and of course some of the original music. I believe the Beach Boys songs that are on here are recorded by the actors in the movie. So that's cool. Again, I want to watch the movie, and I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I will soon. I hope. Oh, there's even a new song by Brian Wilson, One Kind of Love. We love Brian Wilson around these parts. If you don't like Brian Wilson, oh man. Coming for you. Okay, this is the last of the Jersey records. This is Blur. Park Life. That's how they say it on the song. Park Life. It's this, I believe, I looked this up. This is another bootleg, or an unofficial release is what Discogs calls it. I believe I put it on for a bit. It sounds good. It's on like a cream vinyl. And you know, just a cool album to have. It's a fun. It's got some really good songs on it, like Park Life, Tracy Jacks, Girls and Boys. What else we got? Trouble in the Message Center. I think that one's pretty good. It's an album I need to listen to again. So next time I do, it'll be this record. Very good stuff. So now to your regularly scheduled vinyl show. All right. This one was a gift from Brian. It was my August birthday present, but it didn't show up until like a few weeks ago because it was imported from, I believe it was from the UK or Spain. I don't remember which, but it's Technique. New Order's Technique. It's their '89 record. It's when they got really, really synthy and poppy. This album, I don't know if it's underrated, but I like it. I think it's actually pretty fucking good. It's not my favorite New Order record, but it's got some really cool songs on it. It's just on black vinyl. It's the U.S. pressing, which is interesting because he imported it. I don't know how the U.S. pressing went from here to over there, back here again. But yeah, the U.S. New Order albums, I believe or at least Brotherhood and Technique were both in the U.S. They were put under Quest Recordings, which was Quincy Jones's label. Because I don't think Factory could afford to import or do a label release in the West, or at least it wasn't in the cards or something. So Quincy Jones offered to pick up the tab, so to speak. You know, New Order is a pretty big band, so it wasn't like wholly altruistic. But yeah, Technique, great album. Really better cover, honestly. I think the cover is probably the best part about Technique. Not to say the songs are bad, but this is just a really great cover. This might be my favorite New Order album cover, even more than like Power, Corruption, and Lies. It's basically just like Vaporwave before Vaporwave. That's kind of why I want the Japanese pressing of Technique, because it comes with the Obi strip. So you get like the Japanese text and the picture is just peak like the Vaporwave look, you know. Just cool, be cool to have. It's stupid expensive though, and I never see it for sale online. So that's a pie in the sky thing. Not something I really need, you know, but it would be cool if I saw it. All right. So next up, I got this at a local store. Well, this will be the local store pickups. First up is OK Human, the Weezer album from this year that was recorded all analog with like an orchestra instead of like without any guitars. I've talked about this like a bazillion times, I feel like. It's really good, like really, really good. Best Weezer album in years, since probably since like the White Album. Might even like it more, I don't know. Something I think is funny is that the back, like as soon as I see this, I was like, yep, that's Rivers' handwriting. You want to know how I know that? Because they did the exact fucking same thing with the Pinkerton back. They drew the song titles. Like so. There you go, we got the back, got the I don't even remember what these fucking things are called. I never remember. Got the lyric sheet. You got the band. I actually like this picture. It kind of reminds me of the Stone Roses album cover. Or not the album cover, the inside of the album. But the vinyl itself is, I believe it's like clear lab test splatter. I don't know, they call it something like that. Very nice color and surprisingly cheap. You can find this for like $15. Pretty easy. And I highly recommend it because this album is great. Even if you don't like Weezer, I know Weezer's like a big meme. It's very funny. Very funny to point and laugh at Weezer. They'll trust me. They make it easy. But just genuinely great music. Ooh wee. All right. Here's one I was pleasantly surprised by. I bought the Tall Dwarves record. Didn't really care for it. Kind of let down. Bought it on a whim. This is Paper Castle's Exceptionalism. They're a kind of local band. I think they're from Vermont. But their record was in my store. Not my store, but you know what I mean. Close by. This is like, I think this album is barely 30 minutes, so you can get through it in like no time at all. But it was pleasant. It's a pleasant little album. Kind of indie. Off the top of my head, I listened to this a few weeks ago, so I'm not all the way there. I couldn't tell you what like my favorite song was, but I do remember just enjoying myself when I was listening to it, because I usually listen to records while I write like scripts for videos or something. And I remember having a good time listening to that one. Next, The Shins. Oh, Inverted World on Inverted Colors. Ooh. This is the 2021 re-release, the 20-year anniversary of Oh Inverted World. It's die cut even, which is pretty cool. No like special colors, although I know there are like color variations of this one, but I think this one's just black, which is fine. I don't mind. But Shins, this album, it's kind of like it's quintessential like indie rock, right? And I like this. I like the booklet this comes with. It makes it feel a lot more hefty. It's kind of hard to show to you guys because it's not cheap paper, but it is just like paper. It's nothing crazy. But this is like the Garden State album or something. I think Garden State is one of those like pretentious hipster movies. I've never seen it. I wanted to see it. Like a few years ago I wanted to see it. But now I just don't really care anymore. I'm fine. I don't need to see Garden State anymore. Not since I've been to the Garden State. Nonetheless, I think this album's great. I think this is a really great album and worth the hype. That said, Shoots Too Narrow is better. Of course I don't have that, but I agree. I ain't blowing smoke. Shoots Too Narrow is better. Alright, here's the last of the local, I think it's the last. Am I crazy? Yeah, it's the last. This is the last of the local record store albums. This one I just I saw, I immediately had to get it. It's Souvlaki by Slowdive. Souvlaki, really fucking cool shoegaze album. It's got some fucking awesome songs on it. Allison, 40 fucking Days, Dagger. Just it's a fucking banger and a half. Love this album. When the Sun Hits, it's also a really good one. This is the Music on Vinyl pressing. I think it was from I think they started doing it in 2012, and I think they do it periodically or something. Because I doubt this is from 2012. But the things with Music on Vinyl is that they're a European company. So if you buy from them, if you buy from them from the United States, you have to pay like a pretty high price for shipping, and it just being right there in the store was more than convenient enough for me to decide to pick it up. Highly recommend this album. Give it a listen. It's good. Many agree. Although I do think I think it's funny that the back of this is just white. I think they'd have like a design or something. I'm not a fan of the cover, if I'm being honest. It's very 90s in like all the wrong ways. Like out of focus shot of the band doesn't. And like, he looks like Spinner from Degrassi. Can we get a close up on that one? Yeah, Spinner from Degrassi. If you saw this album in like a store or something, and I didn't know any better, I would not fucking listen to this. Are you kidding me? Looks dumb. All right, I'm gonna pause this here. Ooh. So I can redo. And by redo, I mean get to the camera before the 30-minute limit hits and I realize that I haven't been recording. Alright. Next up, it's the other local store pickups. Only 2 of these. So first up, we have Modal Soul by Nujabes. It's like he's like this is the outer sleeve it came with. I should probably replace it because it's kind of shit. You can just like feel how plasticky it is. But yeah, this is it's a Japanese hip hop artist. Makes like beats and stuff. I've heard nothing but good things about Nujabes. So I saw this in the store, a local store, for like $50, which is pretty steep. But I think I used points or something to get it half off, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I took a chance on this, and it was okay. I didn't really again, this was something I think I wrote. I was writing to. I didn't love it, but I didn't really hate it either. I don't know. I think I probably I liked Feather. I remember liking Feather, and I think World's End Rhapsody. Those are the ones I remember liking. I think I'm glad I picked it up because it's not really every day you see something like this in a store. I know this album's kind of hard to find, even with the represses. At least hard to find at a decent price. But yeah, I'd probably part with that one pretty easily. Wasn't that big of a fan. Alright, so this one's good. This is the first, I think this is the first record I bought since the last This Month in Vinyl. And I got it, I think I also got this half off. Well, because I used my points. It's the original motion picture score for The Matrix. This was, I believe, a Record Store Day release. But yeah, it was Record Store Day. But you know, it was just at the Bull Moose that I went to. And it's the score, not the soundtrack. So there's no Dragula and Wake Up or whatever. But it's still cool nonetheless. It has an interview with the composer Don Davis, and Don Davis does a great job with the soundtrack of The Matrix. And it's 3 fucking LPs, which is pretty crazy. I forget how much I paid for this exactly, but again, I think I'd used the points, so it must not have been too bad. I'll just pull out. I will attempt to pull out the middle one, so I can show you the design on the front. First off, nice fucking, like, I believe that it's like glittery dark green, perfect color for The Matrix. We love it. We love The Matrix. Very excited for the 4th one. So you got this interview with like stills from the movie. Don't know how well you can see this. I'm trying to be tender. And then, waha, yeah, this. Now this is cool. It's a phone booth, iconic. Oh yeah, you can even fucking. It's literally, you can literally see Trinity holding her hand up against the door when she's about to get fucking rammed by the garbage truck or whatever, or just the regular truck. Very cool. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Goes well with my Matrix 4K Blu-ray. So well done release. The only thing that's kind of weird about it is you gotta tilt it like sideways, so like, you know, record up like this. So that's a little strange, but not like a huge deal. Oh, and it has like an OB strip too. I don't know if I showed you this. We're gonna do this later. So I'm not gonna spend like 20 minutes trying to put the thick ass record with the Obi strip. We have too much fun with that as is. Okay. Now, I believe the next ones, all the rest of the records I have, I'll put in the From Japan category, which I guess I could have put the Nujabes record too, but too late now. Alright, so first up, The Pillows. Thank You My Twilight, and we're going to do a double feature here. Smile. Their 2000 and I believe this is 2001, and this is 2002. This is their 2000s work. Real heads will remember that I have pretty much every Pillows album from Please Mr. Lost Man up until Happy Bivouac. I imported them years ago. And those 4 albums, Please Mr. Lost Man, Little Busters, Runner's High, and Happy Bivouac, they pressed the first 2, I believe, in 2017, and then the next 2 in 2018. And it seemed like that was it. They weren't doing any more records. They did the compilation of Fool on the Planet, which was basically like a greatest hits of those 4 albums. I didn't feel like I needed to get that. Even though there's the title track is a new song, but yeah, still, I wasn't. These albums are not very cheap to import. But I felt the need to get those 4 because those 4 albums are fucking incredible. Smile, I mostly got just for the sake of it. I don't like Smile as much as those 4 albums, but it still has good songs on it, don't get me wrong. Thunderwell's Picnic and Fun 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 Okay are good. And Vain Dog and Raindrop is fucking awesome. That's a really good song. Smile. Yeah, Smile's just kind of a weird one. You got the band. Ironically, none of them are smiling. I believe this one has like some fucking creepy shit in the inner sleeve thing. Nope, that's just the band not smiling again. You got the back. It's the lyric sheet. It's very good. Yeah, Smile. Not my favorite, but I feel like I needed to get it. I needed to get it just to have, you know? Like, yeah, I have all the other Pillows records. It'd be weird to leave out Smile, especially since I like some of the songs. I just think it's a little too weird for its own good. Good Dreams, their 03 record, I think is weird in a good way. I think it pulls it off pretty well. And hopefully, since they seem to be did I mention that like they just recently pressed these this year? So I think they're starting to do them again, and I hope they will, because Good Dreams I like. I think it's pretty fucking good. I don't know if it's underrated because I'm not super into the Pillows like fandom because it's mostly Japanese, but I like that one. And then there's Penalty Life after that, which is fucking like it's on par with the 90s run in my opinion. And oh man, if we get My Foot, ooh dude, I'll die happy if we get My Foot. But we're not talking about My Foot. We're talking about Thank You My Twilight, which I think is not quite as good as the 90s records. It's still pretty fucking good because we got Rain Brain, Biscuit Hammer, we got Come On Ghost, we got Riddlin' 202, Thank You My Twilight. Very fucking cool. Love this album. I love the cover. Just love them chilling. There's another album, I forget what it's called, but it's and this is also it's just a separate picture of them looking to the side, like, oh, why are they looking to the side too? There's another album, I believe it's a compilation. It came out maybe like a year later, and it's in this exact same cafe. I believe that's what this is. It's a cafe or a restaurant, and it's slightly to the right, as you can see. I believe that's Sawao. Sawao, the front man. Just kind of looking over there to the right. It's them in drag at another table. Is a cover of one of their compilation records. It's really fucking funny. But yeah, Is Life Delicious? You can see that it kind of gets cut off, but the other record you can see it in full. It just says, it's a question: is life delicious, with like a question mark at the end. I've had that as my Steam like bio for years. I just think it's a really cool, just a really cool tagline or whatever. Yeah, thank you, my Twilight's very cool. Yeah, all right. This is kind of creepy. It's them at the cover with like their Buster OCs. Buster is like the bear mascot. He's on the Runner's High cover. They got like little Buster OCs. I think that's fucking cool. Yeah. Thank you, my Twilight. Very, very good. Again, it's just on black vinyl, and I've said this countless times, but the Japanese records have the most terrible dog shit inner sleeves that I don't want to fucking bother with. They always get in the way. Alright. So next up. Alright, so this one's pretty fucking cool. Stupid expensive because it's a Square Enix vinyl, but cool nonetheless. It's Final Fantasy IV Songs of Heroes. It's you know, see in the back, it's 4 songs from Final Fantasy IV. They really fucking gouge you with this shit, dude. I swear. It's 4 songs from FF4 in like reorchestrated versions, and then it's the original like Super Famicom or Super Nintendo versions of the songs. Ugh. Excuse me. And again, it's in like one of these really shitty outer sleeves that I should probably just throw away. I don't remember if there's a specific reason. Please note that the Square Enix members point card included inside is valid only for use within the Japanese version of the Square Enix members website. As this product was originally manufactured for the Japanese market, printed materials may appear in Japanese. Okay, well that second part's fine. The first part is pretty funny. It's like, well, why can't we get the fucking Square Enix points? I guess that's the reason why I didn't throw this away. I'm gonna fucking throw it away now. But yeah, Obi strip, very nice. This is feels like it's a like very sturdy cardstock, and again, shitty plastic ones. It's just on black vinyl. Nothing pretty, nothing special. The music itself is special, man. Here's the the back is oh, is this? Yeah, I guess these are the Square Enix codes or something. Oh, who fucking cares? See on the back, it's the credits for the orchestra or live band. It's probably more like a live band. I don't know if it's an orchestra per se. Special thanks, all staff of FF4 and you! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! All right. B1 through 4 arranger Nobu Uematsu. Yes, indeed. That guy gets top billing. He keeps killing it. I'd listen to these online. I think I paid like 50 fucking bucks plus shipping for this. Definitely not. I don't want to say it isn't worth it. I think it's cool. It's cool to have like, like physical like music like this. And Final Fantasy IV is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I talk about it enough on my main channel. You probably know that. But yeah, I don't know. You're probably if you just want to listen to the songs, you can probably find them on YouTube. I would imagine, at least. Cool release nonetheless. It's one of those things where I'm pretty far removed from the spending of the money, so I don't really care that much. But I could see, I can and do see people complain about the price, and they're well within their right to complain because these prices are exuberant. And unfortunately, I don't make it any easier by willingly spending the money. But if I don't, someone will. I don't know. Okay. So back in December of last year, I Am 8-Bit, just like uh, a game merchandise like a distributor or whatever. They announced that they were repressing the Persona 5 soundtrack on vinyl. The Essentials edition, the 4 LP one. There's a 6 LP one they made back when the game first came out, or maybe like a little while after. That hasn't been pressed to this day, but they because I guess they want to keep it limited or something, whatever. After years of people begging, they finally said, "Okay, we are repressing the Persona 5 soundtrack, and we will keep pre-orders open for a month." I believe it was a month. In addition, we are taking pre-orders for Persona 5 Royal. Wow. Persona 5 Royal. I like that game a lot. So, back in December, maybe even January, pretty sure it was one of those, late December, I spent a little under $200 for Persona 5 Essentials Edition and Persona 5 Royal soundtrack. I believe back in September, they finally shipped. Took a long time because of fucking everything. But here it is. The Persona 5 soundtrack makes me feel poggers. If you're confused about that, there's like you can get like the Phantom Thief text. There's like a sticker sheet. Oh yeah, here you go. It's just right here. There's a sticker sheet. You can like put like a message on there. I don't want to use those because I don't really care. You know, it's part of the packaging. I don't really have any fucking funny message I want to put on. Something I also liked is it comes with a postcard with a message written by Shoji Meguro, who actually doesn't work at Atlus anymore, but you know, he's off doing his own ventures, so good for him. Yeah, this is on like a big box. It's 4 LP. You have like a little string or like a tab to kind of pull the records out, make it easier. It's the Suijin uniforms. I believe it's Joker's, Ann's, I almost call them Skull, Ryuji's, and it's either Makoto's or Yusuke's. I don't remember who. I'll remember whose it was. I guess we'll find out in a second. And the colors, the first one is black. This one is a gray. All right, yeah, it's oh, that's weird. Oh, it's on. I think this is on, right? Sound off in the comments if this is on, because I don't remember. Persona 5 fans, sound off. Yeah, so this is Yusuke's. He's on clear vinyl. And Futaba. I guess it's Futaba. Alright, whatever. And it's red. Wow. This is pretty cool. People kind of complain about the packaging, like quality. And I'll say this: the package itself, like the box, is pretty. I think it's pretty high quality. The inner sleeves, I will admit they leave something to be desired. They feel a little cheap. And that's slightly disappointing. I haven't gotten around to listening to it yet. Oh, you've probably noticed a trend by now. Sorry. But yeah, there's that. Persona 5 soundtrack. Very cool. I do like the Persona 5 soundtrack. I love the invention of jazz. I think that was very cool of Shoji Meguro to invent that genre. Yeah, like this box itself feels sturdy. It feels like it doesn't feel as high quality as my Crane Wife box set, but it feels sturdy enough that I'm satisfied with the box. All right, I'll show this file first. This is it's Hymn of the Soul, the song that you hear in the Velvet Room. You got this, I believe. I don't think you got it for ordering both, but I think you got it for pre-ordering Royal, something like that. It's just a single. Oh, this is cool. It has a cool little design in the back because it's a single side vinyl. It's in a nice like royal blue. No pun intended. Show this one again. Very nice. Just a nice little extra, you know. I honestly forget it's here sometimes because it sneaks in with the other records. But yeah, this is a Royal. This one I think is a lot more impressive packaging wise. It's got the clear views of your party members. And you got Joker, you got Ryuji, you got An, you got Morgana, and you got Kasumi. Sorry, I was blanking on her name. You got here, it's a 3 LP instead of a 4, and it's not in a box. It's in a tri-gatefold like the Matrix is. Something I thought was cool is that it has a calendar for the whole game, which I wasn't expecting, and it even tells you like the weather conditions on those days and like if there's exams or not. I think it's a really cool touch. I like that a lot. There's no like thing like the Matrix, so I don't have to pull that out for you. But I will show you some of the records because I believe they're all different colors. Oh yeah, and they have the inner sleeve itself. I think it feels more high quality. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the glossy finish that's tricking me. But you got gold. It's like a clearish gold. Very nice. On the back you have your characters without their masks or with their masks, which is pretty cool. In fact, I might actually throw that to the front because it's clear and it'll show up when I just have it on display. And then you have the rest of the party. Got Futaba, Makoto, Yusuke, Haru, and I'm blanking on his fucking name too. Akechi. Jesus. Okay, I fucking love Akechi, and I can't remember his name. It doesn't, because it has like the characters on the front and back. It doesn't have like the song lists. I think if I my major complaint with that is that it doesn't have the track listings or the sides, like the side numbers on the front like this. Like you kind of just have to infer that like, oh, you get these party members before these ones, so they're side C and this is side D. I don't think it says it in the Matrix runoff either. I could be wrong. Oh, that says D. Alright, hang on. Let me see. Alright, C. It does say it in the Matrix runoff. I have to clarify runoff so people don't think I'm talking about the movie. But even still, I shouldn't have to look at the fucking Matrix runoff to know what side of music I'm playing. I was actually listening to this and I did actually get the music or the sides mixed up, so I was confused for a bit. So I was listening to one side of music before the other. It does tell you the track listing here on the back, but still, I think it's a little sloppy. Like so. All right, we got the personas. I'm not gonna name all the fucking personas. All right, like if you know, you know. And this one's kind of similar to the Elliott Smith one, where it's kind of not. You kind of can't really notice it unless you shine it up to the light. But it's like a clear. It's like a clear black. Might show up on the camera. Not sure. But yeah, sounds good to me. It doesn't come with any liner notes or anything. Not a big deal. I think the packaging itself is pretty well done. There you go. See. And yeah, Persona 5 Royal original soundtrack. And the music, I don't even talk about the fucking music for Royal. It's really good. It's really good. There's some really good songs in here. Colors Flying High. Takeover's good. Ideal and the Real I remember liking. Kichijoji 1990X is just a remix of the overworld theme from Shin Megami Tensei 1, which is cool. Just a fun little song. Gentle Madman is another great one. And I think I Believe is probably the best one here. Yeah. Alright. Not bad, not bad. That's all the records. I usually end these with like some sort of like, oh, next time things will probably happen. It's like, oh, I don't know when the next one will be. Haha, I'm trying not to get a lot of records. I really am. Like here, fucking. You see this? Look at this. We're almost out. I can't fit anymore. Any more records like that. You know? There's only so much space I can handle, so. And I have been thinking for a while that like, oh, I gotta sell. I should probably sell some of the records I don't really care too much about because I could use the extra scratch. But next time I see you is when I see you. And I believe next time I do this, things might be a little different. Be nice and vague about it. Alright. The battery's about to die on that fucking thing, so. See ya.